Welcome to 40K Amateur Hour once again, and this is our Necron special, where we talk about...
Necrons?
That's it, exactly! We have the new Necron... Nah, never mind, that's the old Necron Codex.
That's not even the old one.
That's the old
ancient Necron Codex.
That's the first codex of all Necrons.
So which is kind of funny considering I just barely started playing Necrons before the new Codex, but somehow I have the really old Codex too.
Why not? Nostalgia.
Where do we start?
So you're excited to play Necrons.
I'm enjoying finally playing a non-Imperial army.
For once.
Yes.
So in this review, we're going to make Chad happy. That's what we're going to do. That's Riko's and I's goal.
Make Chad happy.
Make Chad happy. So comment below. Oh, I thought you brought it. You always do.
I have no food and drink.
Anyway, so what we're going to do is we're going to make...
Diet soda? Anyway, go ahead.
We're going to make Chad happy by going over this. For the most part, the internet has got everybody down on these things, unit by unit. And so we're trying a little bit different stuff here. We noticed that our Astra Militarium review last year seemed to get the greatest rant and rave as positives when we didn't go over each and every unit. We kind of went over tactics. So instead of maybe a review, which we are going to review, we should call this Necron Tactica /
Necron Codex
Skimmage? Skimmage?
Something like that.
Touch upon?
Swift reading?
Browse?
Peruse.
From Peru.
Very good.
So that's what we're going to do. We're going to hit some highlights, and then we're going to talk about it, because amongst us, this has probably caused the most conversation in text messaging I have ever seen in my entire life. When this codex came out, these two guys went and got it. And because I don't play Necrons, and I was happily sitting at work, enjoying my silence, when my phone blew up of how it's broken. And not so much broken the army, but what GW is doing or what they're not doing, and how they're doing it, and all that kind of stuff. So we'll get into that, or maybe we should just get into that right now.
Let's get into that.
We can get into
Let's talk about the gorilla in the room here.
The gorilla in the room. So,
well, I'm the only one that's really moaning about it. But
so here's the thing. Behind us, if you have not seen our set, this is not like made up. This is not like cardboard pieces. If you haven't seen any of our other videos, this is the dungeon, and this belongs to Riko, and all of these are his, and they are actually miniatures that he's used and played, painted, and so he pretty much has. You have every army except for what? Tyranids and Dark Eldar and Eldar.
Somewhere around there, yeah.
And then some that don't even exist, like squats.
I do have some squats.
Which I forgot to tell you, but there's rumors that may be the thing that's coming back as squats.
Oh, that could be cool.
Re-squats.
Re-squat your squats.
Start doing your squats.
So, that's not official. That's just total rumors.
Rumor
anyway, that was our guess. So, they blew up. My phone blew up.
Well, not only was it Riko and I, but D, who also has a Necron
Who is
army.
not here right now, because D plays Necrons too, but had work obligations.
We could say this is D.
Yoda?
You will be represented by Yoda.
Yoda D.
Blew up about how this codex is broken. And
no, it's not broke. We didn't say broken.
Oh, yes, you did. I have the text still to prove it.
I said I didn't say broken. I said I didn't like the way they did something.
It was broken at first until you found out that you could take normal stuff.
Well, that doesn't mean broken. Broken means this is too powerful. I never thought it was too powerful.
Initially,
that was never what I said.
We saw the Decurion, if I'm saying that right, detachment.
Well, it was just in the White Dwarf.
Yeah. Oh, and that's right, before even the
White
out.
Dwarf.
And we were concerned that perhaps that was the only way you could now play your Necron army, which particularly for Riko was a concern, because when you look at the way they broke up everything, to run this, you have to have 2 of these, and if you want to do this, you have to have this, this, and this. And to put it frankly, Riko had a bazillion models, but nothing that was fitting their chart.
Yeah, so I was just upset because I had all this, and I figured out to actually play it and to get enough points, it was going to cost me another like $350 to be able to put it in the chart. And that didn't make me very happy, saying, well, I already have thousands of dollars
in a beautiful Necron army.
And I don't want to have to spend another $400 to play Necrons again. So it was nice and very happy to say, oh, okay, well, that doesn't replace the Force Org chart. You can still run a normal Force Org chart.
Which goes to tell you, sorry to interrupt, because this is my only blurb. Other than that, I'm just directing the conversation. And all I said was, has anybody actually read the codex from cover to cover yet? And they went, no, we're skimming, perusing, browsing. And I said, there's got to be something. And it was literally seconds later that Chad saved the day. And
There's palpable relief.
Found that yes, if you're new to Necrons and all of a sudden you found us and you're looking at it just like the way these guys did, yes, you can play it the old way. You do not need to have the detachment.
You can go unbound, or you can go bound as a
standard four
sword chart.
But you don't need the formation.
You don't need to do it that way.
But
that brings me to the
So here comes the fight.
So no, I was just my thing was that I was upset because it has nothing to do with the way the army fights. It has nothing to do with Necrons themselves. Are they worse? Are they better? Nothing like that. My beef was with Games Workshop's themselves by, and I don't want to, forcing's a big word, but in a sense, forcing you to buy particular models to get all of the really cool bonuses and the things that they have. So they take, and we'll talk about it, but they took the Res Orb, which is the one thing that, okay, I can still, pop up on 4s. No, you can't do that anymore, but you can if you run the detachment. Oh, and you can do this if you run the detachment. And so running mine, I don't get all the whistles and bells, and that's fine. But I think it's just kind of cheesy that they say, okay, well, my problem was I have 2 wonderful arcs here that I love to play. Well, if I'm going to play it in the detachment, I have to buy 4 of the barges to escort them in to fit it. I don't want to do that. I don't want to run the barges, and that's okay. I don't have to. But I miss out on all of the cool things that the detachment gets. And so that was the only thing that bugged me, was if this is the way that the Games Workshop's going, it kind of bugs me that with all the models and the armies I already have that I've built, I mean, it was enough trying to get them to all fit 6th ed when it came out, to try to redo some of the things and here or there or whatever. And I'm all fine if you come out with the Codex and a new model and say, hey, this is new, I'll buy it probably. That's okay. But to say, I can't play this way, I have to buy these other models, just really bothered me.
And I'm still sad because pariahs were in this codex, and I've got pariahs, and I was hoping the pariahs would come back, but alas, no pariahs. But otherwise, I was happy because I looked at that Decurion detachment and my existing Necron army, and luckily I was really close to already being there.
Yeah, and well, even on that side though, here's the sad thing was, Chad had this beautiful spider guy here that was painted by James.
Spider guy.
It was
Wait, we're supposed to know what we're talking about.
I know, my brain just went on a fart. But anyway, so the Triarch.
Praetorian Triarch Stalker.
Yes. So he had this awesome model, but to bring it to fit his Decorian force detachment that he wanted to do.
You really are angry,
It's a Sunday morning. Anyway, he had to bring a bunch of Praetorians.
That
he didn't have or want to bring with the other troops. And he needed Immortals to be able to fulfill his need. Well, actually I had extra Immortals. So we made a trade. So poor Chad will not ever play this again because of the limitations of the Force Org chart, new Force Org chart. And I will because I could care less. So,
I got the Immortals I need. The only other thing I was missing was the bikes, the
Tomb Blades.
Tomb Blades, bringing forcing you.
I got it right. You know why I got it right? Because they've been complaining about Tomb Blades for a month.
But that's the thing too. Forcing me to bring Tomb Blades just to even have the first part of the detachment to even be able to run anything else. I was like, really?
I have
to go buy Doom Blades for this? Tomb. I said Tomb.
You said Doom.
No, I said Tomb.
Oh, anyway,
I don't have my shirt on. Never mind. I'm Doom. Blades of Doom.
I'm not a fan of motorcycle units. Nothing against them personally. It's just not my favorite model on the board. But I'm like, okay, I trade for some of those guys. I go buy a box of 3 guys, and I'm legit.
So wait a minute. Here's the Games Workshop thing. Got Chad. Went and bought the Tomb Blades.
But I bought a box of motorcycles that I really don't like the look of, didn't enjoy building, and don't run very much. So he can run
the Force Org chart of Victorian detachment now. Which then gives him all the whistles and bells, which, when playing them,
it's a 4-up save, just like the old Resorbs.
Yeah, and you get all the bonuses for all the different
separate
detachments and everything when you get those, and so you liked it.
I'm not complaining. I've only played them a couple times under the new Codex, but I have not been disappointed.
I'm on the flip side of this, in which I'm building a Dark Eldar army right now, and I got 2 formations in my book. However, there is a whole other Codex called the Homunculin Supplement that has...
Say that again?
The Homunculi Supplement?
You could say that twice even.
I know.
Wow, that's...
and we couldn't even say Tomb Blades.
That has a bunch of formations in it, which Nothing I have, even close. I don't have any of the racks. I got the starter set, which I know there's rack starter
I thought
sets.
you have a nice rack.
Thanks.
For your guns?
For your guns.
So, I guess my thing is that's just kind of the way it is. Now, Riko's old school, and I've just come into this game recently about 3 years, so it's like, if you want the fancy formation, you'll go buy the models.
And I'm okay. I'm okay with formations in your army. When they first started coming out, I was kind of like, here we go, some more. But some of the stuff's cool, and it's like, okay, I'm running my normal army, but I just happen to have this dude and this dude, so I'm going to put them in a formation and get the one bonus. I just think when they started building the whole army with formations, that's okay, but it just really limited my ability to get those bonuses and stuff without going and spending a lot more money. And formations as a whole can be kind of cool, but when you base your entire army list now on formations, I was not happy. Not with the play, not with how functional they are. They're awesome, they work great, just from the buying aspect. If you're starting a new army, build it around the formation.
Necrons are actually a good starting army. For the most part, they're kind of like Space Marines. They have a pretty flat stat line. Most of the guys do the same stuff. It's pretty...
Not a whole bunch of weird
rule,
There's not a lot of the psychic
no
stuff.
psychers.
Yes, you don't have... And the paint, easy to paint.
Yeah, so if you're looking for a starting army, it's actually a good place to start.
So with your gripe, and you feel better?
I'm done now. Thanks.
Did you get it out to the message?
I feel so much better now.
Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, like I know you people will. Either agreeing or flaming Riko.
Well, you can beat me. I don't even care. Right? And like I said, it has nothing to do with the army. It's Games Workshop's way to make money, and I get it. It's okay. So it's made me mad.
Let's talk about the nasty Decurion detachment, and then what we're gonna do for our Tactica, because this is what makes us a little bit different, I think, because we've had such an argument about this. Or discussion. I wouldn't say an argument. We've had discussion. Is we're going to talk to you guys about, obviously, you're going to see Necrons in these detachments because it makes it fun.
Yeah.
The bonuses are great.
The bonuses are fantastic. So if you're one of those guys like Riko that's stuck in this, I don't want to buy this, is there still hope for you to win? And so we're going to try to come up with some Tactica for you and some sauce and stuff without the formations. Now this is a detachment which tells me, and I'm looking at this is a bunch of different actual little formations to make one.
You have to take this formation, and at least one of the... You have to take the green box and at least one of the gray boxes. Minimum.
Okay, so Recreation Legion. This is 1 Overlord, 2 units of Lich Guard, 1 to 4 units of Immortals, 2 to 8 units of Necron Warriors, 1 to 3 units of Tomb Blades, and 0 to 3 Monoliths. That's your green box. Then your gray box, you can either have Adjudicator Battalion, a Destroyer Cult, or a Canopectic. A Chaopectic Harvest. Boy, it gives people the runs?
No, it stops that.
Oh.
The Chaopectic.
Or, keep going.
No, you get overran.
See, more pages of this stuff. Or, Star God, Annihilation Nexus, Living Tomb, Flayed Ones, Death Marks, or Deathbringer Flight. So I'm looking at this, like for example, Deathbringer Flight. That's 2 to 4 Doom size.
Right.
Most people, who has the phone?
That wasn't me.
Most people have 1 or 2 Doom size, maybe. Or,
well, that was the other thing, is I got one.
Right?
And so to do it, I'd have to go buy another one. So either I have a $45, $50 model that I never play with again, or I go buy another $45, $50 model so I can put that one on the table.
You got Living Tomb, 1 Obelisk, or 0 to 2 Monoliths. Or, not or, 1 Obelisk. But I like the Obelisk.
Obelisk is cool.
Annihilation Nexus is 2 Annihilation Barges or 1 Doomsday Arc. That's what you were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
The Star God is 1 Catan Shard of Deceiver, or 1 Shard of Nightbringer, and the Transcendent Catan, or the Tesseract Vault. That's an expensive one. That would hurt.
Yeah, but you don't need one. See, that's not a bad one.
Well, Flayed Ones. 1 unit of Flayed Ones.
Yay!
Just trying to help out.
We'll talk about those later.
Death Mark. 1 unit of Death Marks. I know you have Death Marks.
No, I traded my Death Marks to Chad.
I now have 12 Death Marks.
I'm so confused.
This is what we do.
What did I give you for the Death Mark?
I got something we traded. Yeah, anyway.
So all these different formations, which are in the book, which you can go to any YouTube channel in the world. Me Wargaming, Beast of War, Jay, friggin' everybody in the entire universe has done this. What does it do for you? So let's say I got this.
Okay.
What does it give me versus not having it? That's the key.
If you don't have it, your reanimation protocols, you're standing back up on a 5 or better.
Now let's talk about
which was normal.
Which is
absolutely normal, but you could get a res orb that anybody within 12 inches of the Lord with the res orb could then come up on a 4.
And that's what
all the time.
all the time.
Now,
as long as the Resorb guy was still running around.
Correct.
Yes.
But as I understand it, resurrection protocols have changed. It's now more of a feel no pain.
Kind of.
Okay, let's talk about that process. Process used to be, as somebody was shooting my guys, the rule said you would pull the guy off the table and put a token in his place to mark him. Actually, we usually just laid him over. At the end of the phase, you rolled to see if reanimation protocols brought him back up
Each
again.
phase.
Yes,
so if the guy walked in hand-to-hand, you put him down, stand up.
Shooting phase.
Shooting phase. Each phase, and they would
Magic
do
phase, even? Or psychic phase?
Each phase.
Okay. Well, that's cool.
Now it's somewhat simpler. It's more like feel no pain, where you roll your armor save, oh I missed, or you roll your cover save, oh I missed, then you immediately roll your reanimation protocol. Again, on a 5 or 6, the guy puts himself back together and stands up. If you have the formation, the Necron Detachment, you now get up on a 4, 5, or 6, and that applies to anything in the army that has reanimation protocols. Additionally, any unit that has living metal now ignores shaken and stuns results, but still takes the
whole point. Which is awesome.
Yeah.
A lot of vehicles do that now too. Just I always forget. There's like demon abilities that allow me to do that, and I always forget.
And that's what I kind of like about
and
this.
And then plus, yeah, I'm sorry.
For a new player to this, it makes it really easy. Oh yeah, they're all saving again on a 4-up. These all have the same effect. It's kind of nice, and it simplifies the entire army.
Plus, you get all of the bonuses for each separate formation. So each one of those gray boxes is another formation, and they'll say these guys also get this, these guys also get that. There's a formation that that was in the White Dwarf though, that if you have it set up, then at the end of the turns you roll a dice, and that many guys just come back, so to speak. They come out of your monolith or whatever, and you just have different things. So yeah, you get a lot. So tactically. And
more bonuses you get.
Yeah, it's playing the, and that's why I said I have no problem with playing it. That's why I said it's not broken. I have no problem with it being played that way. I just think it was kind of like, oh, well, if you want all these cool things, go buy more models. Okay.
So let's talk about some markable difference we've seen from this codex and the previous one. The one that really jumps out to me that you and I were just discussing was the Resorb. Okay. Again, the Resorb used to be anybody within 12 inches of the guy holding the Resorb, now saved on a 4, 5, or 6. Now you're still paying the points for the Resorb, but it just allows you a single chance to reroll failed res or reanimation protocols once in the game. So that really cool Resorb just kind of went, yeah.
Really? I don't know, because it depends on how you use it. I mean, I'm not a Necron player, but what about this? You now get to pick when you get a second save. But it's anything, right? So it's not within anything?
No, it's still...
Is it still within a certain range?
Radius.
They're still within a radius? Or is it going to be just...
I believe it's still in the same radius.
So that, I mean, if you're going to go in and challenge some things, if you're challenging characters, if you're HQ hunting...
Well, there's a couple of things.
That's really something you want.
Yeah,
and you get to choose when that happens.
Yeah, but from every time to
I get it.
Once is a big difference.
And that's
why it's the same point.
And the reason they duke it down is because they want you to take the Curion Detachment to get it always. And so we're going to take the thing that gives it to you always when you don't take it. And
so if you take the detachment, he can do it every single time.
Well, they just get it anyway. You don't even have to have a Resorb.
Or he just gets the 4+.
Everybody gets the 4. You don't even need the Resorb if you have that different. But the Resorb can still help you with that. Oh, I failed that again. Now I can redo it again. So I mean that.
I don't think you could reroll a reroll. In other words, you can't reroll a save of a reroll. Maybe you can.
Well, it's not a reroll.
You're just throwing a bunch of saves at it.
Yeah, the reanimation protocol is not a reroll. It's, oh, I failed that. I get that. Oh, now I can.
It's like twin linked. It's twin linked resurrection protocols.
Twin linked protocols. Feel no pain.
Yeah.
Okay. What else has changed?
We got that.
Price wise, points. Everything's gone down, right?
Yeah, a lot of the things have gone down, which isn't bad. Actually, most of them dropped quite
significantly.
25 points or more to some of them. The thing that did go up is the Catan shards went way up. From like, what was it, 125 or something to 240 or something. I mean, it
was a pretty significant jump.
It was a pretty good jump. I may not be quoting exactly, but you do get the cool card sets, if you have those, or they're in the book, that have the random Catan shard powers, which is kind of odd.
Yeah, playing my Nightbringer, I found that his special powers were never the one I want at the turn that I get them. Pretty much he's just really good at going over into rough terrain and holding an objective, and because he's extra tough, he's hard to pry off there. But
so making it that more expensive kind of is like, well, he does some really cool things, but it's random.
Yeah.
So it's like, is it worth going up that many more points to get cool stuff? Maybe.
It's Orky. It's kind of that just play him out there because he's fun. He's probably not a hardcore tournament list winner, but he's good random fun.
Unless you get the... But then the card has two things on it. It has the Just Joe
the lesser
guy, and then it has the one that's encased in his big tomb thing.
The Tesseract. Or
the
Tesseract
or Vault, which then does like ungodly, unholy things to people.
Typically doubles the weapon's range.
And... Oh yeah, those things tear people up.
But so that's interesting on that thing. So the price heap on that,
but
I don't know if it's.
But as we were pointing off camera, your Lord of War went way down from 225 to like what 190.
Yeah. When they made Emotech Lord of War, Emotech.
Yeah, he's only 190 now.
So we went way down, but became a Lord of War. So if you bring him
2 HQs if you want. In a way, I mean, you can have 2 HQs if you pay the points.
Yeah, but if you're going, bound and you get one Lord of War, do you want him or do you want the big Tesseract or something? I don't know.
Yeah, one of the big ones.
It's one of those things that you debate. But
let's talk about the flayed ones.
Ooh, flayed ones. Some of you probably love flayed ones.
If you love flayed ones, raise your hand.
You may. Eddie, you'll probably comment below.
I've seen
idiots. You need to bring flayed ones. Our thought is this: when you have a non-hand-to-hand combat army of any like Tau or
if you have a shooting army,
or something, and they're a shooty army, and so you go, we're going to give them one unit of hand-to-hand guys. Make them worth it.
Initiative 2, these guys are only good fighting against other Necrons. Otherwise, they die before they do much.
And Initiative 2, you get in there, and everybody beats you, and you got the 3 guys left, and then you hurt somebody, and then they all roll on you the next round.
Oh! Right down! There we go.
So... I was shot. But no, you may love him, and
I can't wait to hear that.
Got a cool
like just the.
But if you got a cool tactic, let us know because Chad has a whole bunch of them sitting there.
If you're willing to trade for flayed ones, comment below.
Chad will give you a good deal.
I'm not gonna put them together and paint them. No, I'm not gonna do it.
30 of them.
I don't want to talk about it.
So anyway, but yeah, if you got a good tactic, Chad would love to hear it because he's got a lot
that I don't want to build or paint.
So there you go. That's funny. Yeah. So what else? What else?
Let's talk about death marks because Riko didn't really like.
Now I like him and I want him back. So what did I trade you for?
So I traded Riko out of his death marks. So I actually have 2 squads of 6. But the thing I was screwing up on was I was used to playing Space Marines with sniper rifles, which are heavy weapons. So every time I moved, I thought, oh, I got to shoot a snapshot with my Space Marines. When I got the death marks, I had the same mentality because these are kind of their sniper units. Did I not realize Synaptic Disintegrator does not have a heavy profile? It only shoots 24 inches. It's not a sniper rifle, so they can move and shoot normally. Yeah. So if you're using those, keep in mind that it's not like a heavy sniper rifle.
Everybody now is going, duh.
I know they're like, oh, come on, guys.
Hey, I never said I was
flayed ones are awesome because...
Amateur hour
of this.
And he says, like, flayed ones rock, dude. I've run a whole army of them. Sorry. Sorry.
All right, what else is good in here?
If you run a whole army of them, then you're not doing the Korean detachment.
That's for sure.
Whoa. See, he's way bitter.
All right.
Way bitter. Oh, the spiders, the bugs, the scarabs. You guys don't like those again?
No, I didn't. No, those are still awesome, but
see,
they got a little changed on some things.
Entropic Strike used to chew down the armor before they did their attack. Now Entropic Strike just pretty much says on a wound roll of 6, it always does a glancing damage to it, no matter what it is, whether even against buildings.
Num 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 num.
Which keep that in mind because we've been playing a couple games and we've got one coming up on the new, and nobody's done it that I've seen on YouTube, is the Cities of Death cards that came out White Dwarf.
In the White Dwarf,
and there are points for killing buildings.
Yes, it's really, we got to do that soon. It's awesome.
It was actually pretty fun.
New building terrain and some stuff. But yeah, anyway, so yeah, you can num buildings now.
It's a lot like Gauss because the new Gauss has changed, which come to find out, actually Gauss.
It's not Gauss.
It's changed back to how it used to be.
Named after. I get your phone.
It's named after the inventor who named it.
With those Gauss weapons, anything on a 6, it'll do a glancing damage or a wound to anything, no matter the toughness or armor.
Hey, it's better than rending.
Now the Canoptic Scarabs have kind of the same thing. When they attack,
Canoptic.
on a 6, no matter regardless of the toughness, regardless of the armor, it does a wound.
Can opener attacks.
Yeah, that's what they are. Can openers. No, so they're good. They're still good, but they used to just like literally walk up to a land raider and go,
and
just turn it in. Now they just like, glance it to death in a sense. But no, let's talk about the Gauss thing. It is cool. And then with your thing, I think it changed my opinion a little bit. But I mean, anytime you get a bonus, you don't go, dang, that's stupid. But everybody's like, whoa! But I'm like going, 90% of the time you're not hitting anything that's got a toughness that you're not going to hit on a 4 or 3 or 4 anyway. But then Chad pointed out,
I just remembered this one battle I had, and I want to say it was not a Wraith Knight, but a Wraith Lord, some mid-sized Wraith monstrous dude
a monstrous creature,
and he had a toughness of like 9 or something, and I couldn't believe that 60 guys shooting double tap could not do a thing to that guy. And now I'm happy because with the new Gauss rules, we could.
The new
Gauss
old
rules.
Yes. The new old Gauss rules.
It's a form of a form of poison, in a way.
Yeah, it's similar to the poison concept. Yeah, I'm always going to wound.
If I shoot at you, and I get a 6, doesn't matter what you are, I got you.
Except poison doesn't hurt armor.
So now, I mean, with that, and you always did, but troop spam is, which we'll get into tactics here in a minute, because now you can start killing riptides with these things, just little guys.
Oh yeah.
You can kill monstrous creatures.
Oh yeah.
You know, like my Talos paint engines that are coming that are toughness 7 or 8.
Here's what I've always liked about Necrons, which didn't change, which is always awesome, doing a tactic thing. And here's what's cool, is when they put the whole new flyer rules in, because when I started, there was no such thing as airplanes in 40K. I mean,
we could travel the world in space!
But there's no such thing as airplanes. So they started getting the skimmer, and then they went to flyer and all that kind of stuff.
Soon we'll have orbital bombardment
ships. Then they changed it and said, we already got the orbital bombardment and
we'll actually have ships.
The Imperial Guard. So
you actually have like a balloon that like those little helium things you can fly around.
Okay, so my point being though still was
airships.
It was all of a sudden now you're like, oh crap, we've got to take these anti-aircraft guns of some sort.
Quad guns.
So the quad gun came out. Quad guns.
Everybody
awesome.
got one.
Then they tanked the quad guns with the new rules, but that's different. So you can take a twad one. You can take the twad ones and hope that the guy has an airplane, because if not, then you're just shooting things on a 6. So here's the thing about Necrons. You're spamming all these Necron warrior guys. A plane flies over. You hurt anything on a 6 anyway, so you need a 6 kind of. So you shoot 60 shots at a plane. You can still shoot it down.
You said it just like Fire Marshal Bill from In Living Color.
So,
let's just say that they brought a flyer. And yeah, happen to have a bunch of Necrons. You roll a bunch of 6s. Boom!
Sorry. And I have done that. It's like, your flyer's coming over here. These guys have nothing else to shoot at. We're going to shoot up in the sky. Oh.
You need 6s?
Up. Yeah.
Might as well just do it anyway. Hey. So no, it's just, they're cool that way. Necrons have always been cool that way.
Hey.
And I still like
Hey, Trooper. You're cool that way.
So here's my thing. We're talking about tactics. If I'm taking my Necrons against any other force, they're going to play most like Necrons played anyway. And I can take a couple.
Well, that was some really sage wisdom
you know what I mean?
right there.
Okay, I'm saying from this book to that book, they're going to play pretty much the same.
You're not going to take anything other. I mean, like, let me back up. I know what you're going to say. I get that you have the models that you have, but there isn't anything else that you're like, okay.
Well, I like
this one model. I would never buy it, but now the new codex, I'm going to go get this one thing, not a bunch to take the attachment.
I mean, no. But I mean, even if I'm never going to probably do that whole thing because I don't want to have my $50 model.
Next month we'll have a review of Riko's Decurium Detachment that he has obtained.
No, so I never want to just sit this $50 model aside and say I'm never going to play it again. And I'm not buying the two $40 models to go next to it.
Where's your squats?
So, anyway, well, that's not my fault they got rid of them. So, my thing is this.
They're talking to my pariahs right now.
If you are playing just normal, not doing the detachment or anything, they're going to play just like they probably most likely did, which they aren't bad. Like I said, I love what they do.
Strong force.
You're not going to get a lot of the extra bonuses. Now, you can still take formations within like you normally could within your normal force order chart. So they're awesome. And that whole aspect, they're fine. And I don't have a problem with that. Yes, with the decurion thing, you're going to get a lot of those different bonuses. So tactical-wise, they're not going to change that big of a difference. Point-wise, you might be able to get a few more things in there because the points did drop down. So I would say, if you're not doing the detachment, they're not going to be that much different. Now, here's the but that you were looking for. But Chad had a point too. There's some other things. If I took a fully bound force org chart Necron army like I normally do, we're kind of bound. We like to be bound.
We're bound.
I don't think that's.
Yeah, usually in our meta out here, almost everybody's bound. There's very rarely does somebody have unbound.
Bound, yeah. But either way, so if I took a bound Necron army and then now fought Chad Necron on Necron army, with him having the detachment with all the bonuses, that'd be interesting to see what would happen.
You'd need to bring your flayed ones.
I don't have flayed ones. You're the one that has the 40.
Do you think? Well, let me ask you this: do you think the rules would tip the scales, or do you think it really just still comes down to dice rolls?
It's always dice rolls.
And
you can have the best game in the world. Draw the one objective that's on the board that you'll never hold, and have 6 cards that will give you a point for that one objective. Anything can happen.
We don't want to talk about that game
But
anymore.
if you're looking just specifically,
we erased that game.
You know, it would be pretty even because you're Necron and Necron, but he's going to be standing up on 4s. I'd be standing up on 5s. He's going to be denied more of his vehicle stuff. But he had a point on some things. He's probably not going to bring some of these heavies because he's got to bring all the extras to go with it.
The assistant squads to go with them. Yes.
Yeah. So I can bring maybe more of the heavies. I don't. It's going to be interesting. I think we should do it.
Can you do? You can do a detachment.
Yeah, but let's say I'm running one of these. Let's say I'm running.
And you can't. I think that's
Here's
a challenge.
my gauntlet. I don't find it.
I think that would be a
we're
great
gonna throw
battle
down.
report.
That's right.
That would be a good battle report.
Let's do it right now. Necron on Necron. Well, not right now, but
I gotta go next door and get my stuff.
we'll do a Necron on Necron
Battle report.
Because on the flip side, if I bring, let's say, a Doomsday Arc, I have to bring 2 Annihilation Barges with it. I have a lot of money tied up in Annihilation Barges that Riko gets to use on another Doomsday Arc, right?
Yeah.
So that's kind of the trade-off. Don't know if it's better or worse, but maybe we'll find out.
The other thing I've heard that has been nerfed, and this one is a nerf, is your Mindshackle Scarabs. And I'm trying to find it right here in the old one. So give me a minute. But yeah, a lot of people are really unhappy with that.
What's that music in between the Monty Python during the...
Okay, currently. Did you find it?
No, go ahead and read yours.
My sister.
The new, current, present Mindshackle Scarabs. When fighting in a challenge, a model with a Mindshackle Scarab has the Fear special rule.
Fear!
Fear tests taken as a result of the Mindshackle Scarabs must be taken on a 3d6.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
So you're going to fail. A lot.
Unless you have they shall know no fear, or you're something that doesn't take fear, but
Fearless.
you know, there's a lot of things that you still do.
No. You still must take a fear test, because read on what it does. Nope. Trust me on this one. You can still attack Marines with this.
That's what it does.
And so then you take a fear test on that, but doesn't it do wounds?
No.
So that's the new one.
That's the new one.
Okay, so the old one, and I can't find it, but the old one, because somebody did it to me. Oh, right here, Mindshackle
Would make your
Scarabs.
guy beat himself up.
They would beat the crap out of yourself. So Mindshackle Scarabs are one of blah, 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 blah. At the start of the assault phase, after assault moves have been made, before any blows are struck, randomly select an enemy model and base contact, okay, blah, blah. You must immediately take a leadership test.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, see, that's
On
that's not a
3d6.
fear.
Fear. 3d6. If the test is passed, the Scarabs have no effect. If the test is failed, the victim strikes out at his allies instead of attacking normally. He inflicts D3 hits on his own unit when it's his turn to attack. These hits are result at the victim's strength and the benefit from the ability and penalties from his close combat weapons. And basically, the guy with the Mindshackle Scarabs chose. He got to choose who it would win against.
So long and short is they used to be cool. They're not so cool anymore.
Not so cool anymore. Used to be able to walk in. I mean, that was an HQ killer.
That was a scary thing, yeah.
So you take a fear, you go to initiative 1.
So none of my guys have those modeled on them, and none of my guys will have that modeled on them.
Well, and you know, it can be good. Initiative 1's good. If you got your
Blade ones at initiative 2.
At initiative 2, that's where they come in handy. So if you got a guy with that, put him on.
I'm so sorry about the bitterness of the old.
The bitter is
models.
getting on my shoes.
I know. It's
No, that was actually a good thing. That's what they're going to say. Hey, you use the Mind Scarab shackles.
How many people have seen Clue out there? Right now he's... Flames are coming out of my eyes, all over my face.
Talking about bitter, what about destroyers? Weren't something about destroyers?
That was your favorite thing. These things, right?
Yeah.
I used to hate those things. You used to just...
No, I love destroyers.
I know. You kicked my butt with them all the time.
No, they didn't do anything. And if I run it the way I run it, they're okay, the same. The only thing they did is they turned them into tac squad and dev squad, in a sense. Before, you could take a squad of destroyers, and then you could take a squad of heavy destroyers. They were both fast. Run them out there. You know, I got big guns, I got little guns. Now you can take a squad of fast normal destroyers. You can upgrade one of them
to a heavy
weapon, or as a heavy choice, you can take a full squad of destroyers. So it's not bad.
So it sounds like the Space Marines with a tactical squad and a devastation squad.
Dev squad. That's
now you have tech destroyers and
like you can have a normal squad with a heavy weapon, or you can just have a whole squad of heavy weapons. So it's not real bad. I painted them all in squad wise. They may have to fix a paint job here or there to But, you know, that's not. It's not
You like that stuff. So other than that, not a whole lot has changed. I mean, again, there's some stuff that we're obviously skipping and going over. So you'd mentioned it, but let's talk tactics. Let's talk turkey here. So you've played with the detachment. You are gonna play without it.
Well, I play it the old way without it. Yeah.
So let's go with you first. What is it that, I mean, describe your playstyle that's worked for you. What are you going to do? You have a lot of troops, you troop spam. You know, what's your big thing? Because I know you like to sit back with these things and use them as gun platforms.
What's your plan against me?
I'm not telling you now.
It used to be the Aegis defense line. We're finding, and I'm trying to do this, the Aegis defense line with the quad gun was a must include.
It was a no-brainer. For us, it was always,
Now,
4 shots, strength 7, but now you can only hit flyers. That's what we said. Kind of got nerfed, but...
Now I'm looking at void shields. That seems to be one of the most auto-includes. I'm doing really good with that. If you guys use artillery pieces in any way, shape, or form, whirlwinds, ballistas, this thing, void shields are nice. Dreadnoughts with las cannons, missile launchers. These guys hate that because I'll just sit there. Void shields. So, are you thinking maybe sit back here, blow some stuff up, maybe a void shield or two on these things, especially with the gauze?
I'm gonna play. I'll have to see as it looks as I'm going. I'm playing it just the way I always have, and my main thing with Necrons is especially with even the new gauze.
Gauze?
Gauze.
Goose?
The birdies with the green lightnings and the owls!
And so, with that, even with the new one, with everything that they do, I'm putting as many Necrons on the board. I've never been, and you guys know this, and I've said it 100 times, a very big on named people.
Correct, yeah, you'd rather put the points into troops.
You got a 160-point guy I can throw out there, or I got a 60-point guy I can throw out there, or whatever. I'm going for the small guy and buying... It's the orc saying of boys before toys. I'm going to get as many guns out there. That one guy may be awesome, but he's probably going to be my Warlord, which is going to give you a point if you kill him. So why do I want him out on the front line unless he's like this amazing hand-to-hand guy or does something? So I'm going to still go with the low point, HQ, put as many guys out on the field, put out my destroyers, sit my heavies in the back.
And play a very linear game.
Play it.
Now, what about with the Maelstrom missions? Does that change anything? Are you going to be... Obviously, it depends. Like the game we played the other day, it favored more aggressive, which was great, which is coming, and we have a battle report on a trench board that we made, and we couldn't have played the better game, because it forced us to, instead of lob shells at each other, we had to come at each other.
Oh yeah, and I don't mind coming at you with Necrons. Necrons, I mean, they're not that horrible. They don't crumple in hand-to-hand combat, but...
They're resilient.
No, they walk out. Yeah, they walk out and they can shoot you off of it. So no, I'm not going to sit the troops back. I'll march troops forward, get in there. But then this can always suck guys from another part of the board and shoot them out anywhere. So you just got. I just run it the same way, and then just hope that when I play Chad, I can shoot him down before he stands up again.
Now, what about anything special like Tesseract, Catan Shard? Because you mentioned you're not real big on the whole random stuff, so probably.
No, I actually bought one. I actually went and bought. I didn't have one. I actually went and bought one with the new codex. Yeah, just because I wanted to see.
So maybe just if you got the points, just have some fun with it.
With the point wise, I thought it was kind of that he went up that high from what he was, just to do a bunch of random stuff. But then again, I have an orc army, and that's all we do is a bunch of random stuff. So
maybe just for fluff, in there.
He won't be in my list continuously, but I'll definitely play him and see how he goes, and just
flyers.
Have a good time. Flyer. Oh yeah, I like the flyers. The transport and the heavy. You got to have.
And your cool new spider Chaopectic thing.
Yeah, I never played with him because, I just traded him.
That one...
They got nerfed a little bit.
A little nerf. I was going to mention that.
But a little bit.
Previously, with the targeting protocol, I believe it was, if you shot this first at another unit, even if the gun didn't wound, as long as it hit, that would make anything else within 12 inches of him that shot at the same unit twin-linked, which was super cool.
That would be cool.
Now... That's just become...
Now if you're within double tap range, you got, say, a squad of 20 of them. So you've got 20 shots plus the other 20. So 40 shots, twin linked. That's cool. And you're wounding anything anyway on a 6.
That was the old way.
A 6. No, that's the old way.
What's the new way?
So now, he does what?
He looks really pretty.
He's saying, "Whoa, I'm a spider."
It wasn't...
Beware the spider.
Let me get it correct here. Targeting relay. All friendly non-vehicle units with the Necron faction within 6 inches of him add 1 to their ballistic skill. 1.
Yeah.
Not as cool as twin rerolling all your misses.
Yeah, lame sauce. So to me that's a nerf.
Because I used to like to hold the spider in the back and he would come out, target.
That's how he would do it.
Just like
He
that.
would hold
He
the
would-
spider in the back.
He would
just like
hide
that
and
go.
come around. He'd target that one thing that needed to die,
Pew,
and he'd stay in cover while everybody else, died. But
Pew.
it's okay. I'll miss you.
We'll miss him because James painted him so well, but now he's mine.
I didn't even want Immortals, but I had to run them. But I guess it's good because the HQ unit I run actually benefits the Immortals. I run Ann Raker, Ann
Rice?
Ann Rice.
Rand?
Yeah,
Ann
anyway.
Rand?
The Traveler. I run a named
Gozar?
HQ.
Commander Riker?
You went Gozar? The Traveler has been chosen? What did you do, Ray? What did you do?
So I run a named HQ guy, and because he gives a buff to the Immortals, I use them as his bodyguard. He's really not that awesome sauce, but I had the model, so I run him. He has that really cool tachyon, shoots across the board, and
Wow, we are so good at this. The tachyon slingshot thing of doom.
tachyon arrow,
Doom.
which is pretty much like a super hunter killer missile. But anyway,
Super Hunter, which does absolutely nothing.
Oh,
Every time you fired that thing, it was just the biggest fizzle ever.
And
I
Chad
wanna
put 100 kill missiles on
on
everything.
everything.
If it could hold one,
I'd fit two if I could. Anyway. So what am I running against Riko now? I'm going to tell you my tactic. So I run 60 warriors just because I like to go...
Warrior spam seems to be the way to go.
Warrior
with this.
spam is
Yeah,
good.
just like holding massive amounts of dice.
It's almost like Towish.
And I like them because I'm running... I'm resurrecting on a 4, 5, or 6. It is really hard to whittle down 60 guys with that kind of stand-up power.
Now, the thing still hold true, and I'm holding back a sneeze, so any second now. But if I nuke an entire unit off the board, but you still get, it's a film of pain.
Yeah, because it used to be if you...
There it is!
We got it.
Used to be if you wiped out the entire unit, they
didn't get it.
take
That
the
no
damage
longer
protocol.
counts.
Because it happens right then and there. So that doesn't...
So, but it's after the phase.
No.
It's right when you're rolling.
Right when you roll.
So, okay, so let's say I got 3 tactical space marines.
Uh-huh.
Well, let me put it this way. I've got a squad of tactical space marines that are 5.
Mm-hmm.
All right? 4 of them, or let's say 3 of them are bolters.
Mm-hmm.
1 is a
sergeant
plasma
with a
gun,
pistol.
and then 1 with a sergeant with a pistol. All right? Those are all going to be separate, unless you roll different colors and all that kind of stuff. But technically,
That'd be a
separate
different
rolls.
shot. Right.
So I knocked down 3 with my bolters.
Right.
You're going to roll them right then and there?
Yeah, because if what you do is you shoot and you hit me, it says, okay, I wounded you 3 times.
Uh-huh.
You say, okay,
Armor
armor
save.
save. I need a 4-up armor save. Oh, I got a 2. Right then you roll the resurrection protocol.
It's like feel no pain.
You just
Okay.
roll right on that guy right there. Oh, he made it. He doesn't even go down. He stays there. Because before he used to remove him or lay him down or whatever. Now, it's he just stands there. Okay, ready? Made his armor save. Failed his armor save. Resurrection protocol is good.
Now-
Now he's dead.
Is it resurrection protocol for everything? In other words, if I'm like feel no pain, twice the strength, or if it's a D weapon, is there a rule
The
that
only
says
thing
you
it-
get back up again?
The only thing
I think a
it's-
D weapon takes you right out, doesn't
Yeah, I believe it does.
It's the only thing it said on there. Oh, and I read it.
it? Go and look it up for your resurrection. But I would assume there's something in there that you don't come back from. You're just disintegrated.
It does. It says if it kills Necrons without them getting it. No, it's to that effect. But it basically
Is there
states-
anything out there that says?
No, it doesn't say Necron, but it actually just says, what is it? It's the wording here. Pause, edit for a minute. But no, there's actually, I can't remember what it says, but it says to the effect of,
Yeah, there is an exception to the rule.
it says you pretty much get this no matter what, unless, and I can't remember what the wording is. So
Make sure we
it
give you the
does-
information
it
right.
does- yeah, and you've read it because you're playing them, and and like you said, you're probably calling us idiots, but just so you know for sure. When a model at this special roll suffers an unsaved wound, it can make a special reanimation protocol roll to avoid being wounded.
It's because
This
you're
is
special.
not a savings throw, and so can be used against attacks that state no saves of any kind are allowed. Reanimation protocol rolls may even be taken against hits with instant death, but cannot be used against destroyer weapons or any special rule that states that the model is removed from play. So like that one that we were playing with, and I had
It's a
that,
psychic power.
Yeah, that orc that it just said the guy is removed from play.
Sucked him into the warp.
So a lot of psychic. So and with that in mind, you guys don't have any defense, special defense, other than the normal against psychic
psychics.
powers.
Nope.
You have no adamantine wheel that we know of. You don't-
Again, the pariahs used to be the anti-psyker weapon for the Necrons, but alas, no pariahs.
So do you think that a strong psycherlix is something that's really you need to watch out for as Necrons? Like Psychic Shriek and all that kind of crap.
I don't think it's going to change
Because
the way
Psychic
I
Shriek
play.
says, if I remember right, you're just gone. You just remove them from play.
Yeah, but anything that removes you from play there, you're just going to lose all them bonuses anyway. But there's good and bad and all that. The Sisters of Battle don't have any psychic ability.
No, but if you try to do
save
a
better, though.
Yeah, you say better if I
These
try to
guys
hit
don't.
you. You know,
Yeah,
if I do a
these guys-
malediction against you, then you get that 5+ instead of a 6+.
Yeah.
This is definitely an
good.
army where you want to deep strike this or deep strike your snipers that aren't snipers.
The non-sniper snipers.
Sniper, stop sniping.
This is where you want to drop those things back in behind those psychers, hit them from behind before they get to do much to you. This is a 24-inch range army. I mean, there are some 36-inch, longer range weapons in there.
24-inch range.
24-inch is where you want to play this army.
24.
Unless you got this guy sitting back there going, pew.
But it's definitely not like the Tau where you're sitting back there with your rank and file guys hiding in the back shooting. No, you need to get them out across the board.
Yeah, you need to move them. They are going to be more mobile than...
But these guys with the new Decurion detachment, I am loving the fact that you've got an objective in a ruin. You got 6 guys standing on the objective holding it. It literally took an opponent 1 round, his entire army, everything he had, on 6 guys to pry me off an objective. When you have a 4-up armor save, a 4-up cover save, followed by that 4-up reanimation protocol, it is tough to get those guys off the board. That's my tactic. There, now you know.
But you were talking, so we got sidetracked, but okay, so you're bringing these guys, you're bringing your bodyguards, the immortals, anything else other, I mean, what formations are you bringing against him?
I am going to bring...
That's going to really...
He's going to bring... I know exactly what he has because we...
He's going to bring...
He's going to bring Scarabs and spiders.
I
don't know if I'm going to bring those.
Scary, snaky guys.
I like the spiders that give babies to the beetles, but I've actually been playing... have my Nightbringer. I like to play him because he's random, like we talked about earlier.
And he's a cool looking model.
I have my death marks because I just like the fact that I can
pick something out.
Teleport my snipers in behind your enemy lines on your turn, which is super cool. And
on your turn.
Yes, that's one cool
balls.
Cool thing about them when you deep strike something in.
Was that new?
No, this is.
You never did that.
I never used them.
Yeah, you did. You used them against me a couple times.
I used them once.
So let's say
a couple times over on that corner of the board, you shot me.
Well.
Let's say you're bringing in your Terminators. Just deep strike them in. Suddenly these guys ride the wave in behind those guys. They come in on your turn.
Do they get to attack on your turn?
They get to shoot.
On my turn.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Ooh.
Why would you not like those?
And it seems like on their first round of shooting, they're hitting on 2s. Now, trade-off, their next round they can't shoot. But still, that's a really cool way to kind of intercept.
That's a deletion unit. Yeah, that's a...
It's almost like intercept for...
Yeah, teleportation.
For teleportation. Anyway. Canoptic Harvest. I'm struggling with that one because I used to have a lot of beetles. I had 3 spiders. I had 10 wraiths. Now you have to run them in a funny combination of 1 spider, 1 unit of wraiths, 1 unit of scarabs. I don't find that as effective. So I don't really like to mix and match those. So they've kind of been sitting on the shelf.
Add? In other words, those are minimums. Those are minimum numbers. Can you continue to keep adding?
On that one, no. It's 1 spider, 1 unit of wraiths, 1 unit of scarabs.
So you couldn't like double everything and still have it.
But yeah, but you'd have to run them as 2 different.
I can actually run 3.
He can fit 3 of them on there, but yeah.
But if I have that many wraiths on the board, I want all the wraiths over here. I want all the spiders over there targeting 2 different things. Okay. I don't want to run them together.
Understandable. And you know what? Maybe you guys got some ideas.
And a Royal Court. I actually have.
Watch Yoda.
That's D.
Sorry, D. Royal Court. It's not requited. It's 0 to 1. But it's just a case of I got enough of those figures that I'm going to put them on the board.
So. What did they do for you? Anything cool?
It's just 1 Overlord.
No, I mean, what special rules do they give you for the formation?
I don't even think they get...
They get nothing.
They get all the cool stuff that each of the big name guys do.
Yeah, it's an expensive group that stays at the back, probably. Let's see what they're going to do.
So if you were going to... Well, he's looking that up. If you were going to buy, let's say, just 2 models, Riko, you have enough... I give you enough money right now to buy 2 models for the Necrons.
Really? Nice.
Just 2.
Thanks.
What would you buy?
What would I buy?
Yeah, what would you do to outfit your style of play? Obviously, 2 models wouldn't help you get the detachment. Would you get like an obelisk? Would you get like a tesseract? What would you get?
Well, since they're the same model, just depends on if it's open or closed.
Mm-hmm.
But you can only build it one way.
You can only build it one way.
I'd get one of each.
You can't magnetize that sucker.
I would get 1 of each. Because then I could build it this way and that way.
So you would get like a tesseract.
Because he said I could get 2 models.
Correct. But what I'm saying is then you would get a tesseract.
I'd probably get a tesseract. Just so I'd have a big, cool thing that I don't have. And I could run it. I don't need to put it in a formation. I can just run it. That's what I get.
So here's your Royal Court. They have Move Through Cover, Relentless, and Wisdom of the Aeons. Which pretty much says...
That one's a little flaky.
If your Warlord is in that detachment and you don't like your
Warlord trait, you can reroll it. Lame.
Woot.
Did you guys get any more new?
I would
did you get any new Warlord traits? Or are they all the same still?
But can't you do that anyway if you're bound?
If you're bound, it's a definite case of
lame sauce.
I wouldn't buy models to field that group, but since I already have enough models on the shelf.
Lame sauce.
Yeah.
That was super lame. You want to know what else is lame? Something I found out yesterday when playing Riko, and I would like your comments on this since it has absolutely nothing to do with Necrons. No, we'll talk about that later, you and your stupid cards.
Hey, he read the rule, doesn't say you have to.
By spirit of the rule, I believe you're right. By letter of the rule, I believe you're right. And anyway, let's change the subject. Cards!
So yeah, segued.
Cards!
You segued.
We have these...
Have you seen
this segment is not brought to you by Dr. Pepper.
Have you seen, speaking of that, speaking of our debate, have you seen the mini Wargaming new shirts? It's like, you know, like Team Edward or Team, what's the other guy, the vampire thing? Team Edward or Team whatever. You've seen those, I'm sure your girlfriends or whatever.
About?
Oh wait, we're nerds.
I've read them all, yeah.
Team Edward or Team, I don't know. Jacob.
Oh yeah, team. I was team guy who almost hit her by a car or whatever it was.
Well, Mini Wargaming has ones that says basically team rules as intended or team rules as written. And they have shirts that you can...
Oh!
Yeah, you and I are in a fight.
I would have won anyway.
Yeah, you would.
So I don't care.
Don't spoil it because it hasn't come out.
Oh, shh. Well, isn't that coming out before this?
Not necessarily.
Oh.
Cards. Okay.
I gotta get Gladiator games up.
Like the other... Yeah, please do. Like the other armies, we now have our own special set of cards, which have some special things that your army could do that perhaps another army can't. And I have mixed feelings about these. Because back when we were all playing from the same deck of cards, I think it was perhaps a little more balanced. But the fact that my deck of cards is now specialized to my army, it's a heck of a lot more fun.
I will admit this, and people can say I'm a cheater or whatever you want. I do count cards. And what I mean by that is I know that each one of those, if you hold this objective, there's 3 of those in a normal deck. So if we're playing with one deck, and it's not yours or not mine, we're playing with a normal deck, and all of a sudden objective number 1 has come up 3 times,
you know to quit.
I'm getting off objective 1.
But unless it's the one like we were playing.
Unless you need the one that we were playing, which is why we didn't move.
Yeah, that's why I kept that one even no matter what, because I kept getting a card for every one I had. So
but you can count cards and kind of help you out with that. But now, I have no idea what these things do, so I don't know. And I'm going to assume that objective 1 is probably still the same. So
yeah, a lot of those cards
score 1 point if you control objective marker 4. But no, there's just a couple things that just say, you know,
but what's the new ones though? Anything great and spectacular? You said you had mixed feelings.
I'll look. So you talk about that, and I'll look for one of the ones I'm going to go
Okay, here. Also comes with the powers of the Satan, or Catan, or... How do you say that?
Catan?
Settlers of Catan?
It's the power of the Settlers of Catan cards. These, not so much a big deal. The powers are in the book. I guess the fact that they're randomly generated every time, it's nice not to have to keep flipping back and forth in the book.
I'll give you 2 of these for 1 wood.
Go fish. Okay.
Uno!
Oh! Curse you.
Whoa, this one's like really long.
I gave you more than half.
I think these are really in there because they didn't get psychic powers and they had to find something else to shove in the box and sell it to you, but it's all groovy.
Okay, I'm going to read this one because look at this. Look at the size of that one.
Have some text, boy. Get your glasses on.
This is tiny. So I'll read that to you. When this tactical objective is generated, immediately generate a bonus tactical objective. This does not count towards the number of active tactical objectives you currently have in play. If your Warlord or his unit achieves this bonus tactical objective, you score both the number of victory points stated on the bonus tactical objective and an additional D3 victory points if this tactical objective is discarded. So too is the bonus tactical objective card and vice versa. That one's actually pretty cool.
That's kind of cool.
That one's I haven't seen that one anywhere else.
Something I want you guys to watch out for as you're playing your...
That's it, I'm walking out.
Satan?
Katanas?
As you're playing your Satan model. Not only does he have that random power, but he also has the Gaze of Death.
Whoa. That doesn't sound very healthy. My HMO does not cover Gaze of Death.
Make a Gaze of Death save now.
So, in his shooting phase, in addition to those power that you randomly generate, he also gets to target a non-vehicle enemy model within 12 inches of him. Doesn't have to be in the same unit. He can use this power at that thing over there, and then gaze at that thing over there. The unit suffers a number of wounds equal to 3d6 minus its leadership, resolved to AP2 with the ignored traits. Yeah. It's pretty nasty. But people are not realizing that you get to do this in addition to this, so make sure you're double dipping there.
Here's another one I found. Roll d6 when this tactical objective is generated. If the result is an odd number, score D3 victory points at the end of your turn. And if you control all 3 odd number objective markers. If the results are even, if the results are an even number, score D3 victory points at the end of your turn if you control all 3 even.
Wow.
That one's actually pretty wicked cool. I like that one.
Here's a question I have for you guys.
Wait. So before you do that, I got a quick question because it's in my mind. So let's say I control all the evens. Okay, so I want evens, and I roll it, and I get odds. I can still hang on to this and just keep rolling, right, each turn?
I would
think
so, because
until I don't have to just, I just have to go, oh, it's out.
That's a good question.
I'm like, okay, I'm not going to score that, and it's going to stay in my pile. And the next turn, if I still control all 3 of those even.
YouTubers, Necron card number 13. Let us know what you think.
All right, pretty much with all the Necron ones, they're like super long and small print.
That's why I gave you more than half.
Wear your glasses, huh? I'll talk about this thing.
Gun emplacement, enemy buildings.
Okay, so when this thing's zooming around...
Is this a WYSIWYG question?
You guys teleport out of here and get on the board, right?
It's a WYSIWYG
This is the access point.
Yes.
Yes, okay. And they go running around. Now, if I have a Rhino cruising around, my dudes can jump back in the Rhino. My Space Marines, right?
Right.
If I have a...
Land Raider,
there we go. We jump out, we do something, we can jump back in.
Yes.
Can you jump back into this?
Yes, if you hover. It's just like a skimmer
they
transport.
suck you back in.
Okay. Good. Because I would like to do that sometimes.
The Hoover maneuver of death. It's Megabait, sir. She's gone from suck to blow.
Oh, gosh. Anyway, moving on.
Somebody needs to keep track of how many movie quotes we've got down at the bottom.
After that, I'm out.
Spaceballs.
I know the movie.
Does this go cruising speed flat out and ludicrous?
Yeah.
Ludicrous
and
speed.
Those guys...
You have to take a saving roll if you turn to plaid, though.
You can do 24 inches and dump the guys out.
Unless they're plaid.
They're snapshotting after that, but, you know, you can actually go really fast.
They all fall out and hit their...
Yes.
They all hit their head.
Ooh, ow.
Because they don't have
And it can actually drop more now, right?
No, they've increased the troop transport?
Capacity?
Really?
Yeah, it's up to 50.
There's nothing in here that says anything that they do is psychic, right? The Catans is not psychic phase.
I'm going to really quickly...
Look at
It's the Catan psychic phase.
No, because there's no psychic cards.
They don't do psychic rolls.
There's no...
They don't do anything during the psychic roll.
Well, they're talking... Let me bring you back up to speed because we had a serious debate here and had to pause the camera. So Riko has discovered...
While we're reading these cards...
I don't know if it's a misprint, a snafu...
No, it's just because they just did it out of all the other cards.
They did it out of the other cards, I get it. And it's for allies, dude.
I doubt it.
That's the way you... I do.
You and your mixing match forces.
I didn't remember.
But why would you do it when you never brought an ally?
Just tell them.
Nobody brings any gun emplacements.
So anyway, we're going through this, and it's just kind of funny because we were just talking about all the special ones that are made specifically for your army. This is the Necron one, number 56. Score 1 victory point if you successfully manifest a psychic power during your turn. Necrons aren't psychic. Don't ever pull that card because you got a dumb one. No points there!
Wow.
The challenge makes up for it.
So, anyway, that's just kind of funny.
That is odd.
So all in all...
That's like saying you got to shoot an enemy down with a tank and you don't have tanks in your army.
If you shoot a flying tank down...
If you shoot... But anyway, I just thought it was kind of funny, so...
That's odd. Anyway.
So anyway. All in all,
I am fine with it. I'm fine with the whole thing. I would have been ticked.
Have you hugged your monolith at night?
I would have been ticked if that would have replaced the old Force org chart completely and said to run a bound army, you have to do this.
It does not, though.
It does not. But I would have been a little bit upset because I think that is a marketing thing to buy more models, and I hate it when they do that.
When we first thought it was going to be that way, literally Riko and Dee and I were going to bring all of our models one day, set them on the table, and just do this whole, okay, what do we need to do so we can all play again? But I'm glad we didn't have to do that.
I'm glad we didn't have to. But besides that, it is a little cheesy to me to have to say, well, I don't get all those cool bonuses unless I go spend another $400.
But for me, I'm okay with it because I didn't have to do much. And I was
so he's fine.
Lucky. I was lucky.
And it's okay.
And maybe those bikes are going to be awesome for you.
No.
Haven't been yet.
Because again, 3 bikes are just a target waiting to happen.
And right now there's a guy out there that runs nothing but flayed ones and 2
blades. He probably kicked my trash too, but for here now I gotta state my reality.
He's like, great!
And he probably has one guy that does psychic abilities and he's like, I need that 56 card. I don't know.
There's a little asterisk that we missing.
Little dude
But the gauntlet has been thrown, and I guess our two... What?
My non-Decurion...
Hot Necron on Necron action.
That's right. My non-Decurion
This is a family channel.
It's Necron on Necron, not
Dynasty.
Sisters of Battle.
That's what I was looking for. Battle. My Dynasty is going to duke it out with his Dynasty, and we'll have the Battle of the Dynasties. What Dynasty are you?
Sweep the leg.
That was the Chow Wang Fat.
I want to make sure you just die.
Chow Wang Fat?
Chow Wang Fat.
Sweep the leg.
So, anyway, yeah, we're going to do it. We're playing Necrons and Necrons just to see if the Decurion Detachment will destroy my non-Decurion Detachment.
1,500?
2,000.
2,000? 2,000. Sweep both the legs.
2,000.4.
We both will have to leave significant models on the table.
You can bring the grenade then.
That one grenade.
That one grenade.
So anyway, we've rambled, done a lot. Sorry, we need to.
It's been kind of an odd one. It wasn't really more of a review or perusing. It was just they needed to get it off their chest. So we figured we'd put the camera in front of them.
This was like mental health.
Well, yeah,
this was.
It didn't change as much as some of the other ones did. There was no overly new models.
Group therapy.
There was no overly new models that came out with it. It was just
you should give them
Necrons need an update. Here's an update. Oh, let's throw in this other thing in there, which I think might be the new wave.
The new cast.
It already is. That's what I'm telling you. Look at the homunculus supplement and everything else. It already is. You guys are not the first.
Even though we didn't get much for new models, the new cast of Imhotep is cool. It's a good looking.
And the
Warlord.
The Overlord.
Yeah, the Overlord. Yeah,
the Overlord. It's pretty cool.
It's a good looking piece. I'm not going to buy it though.
Because you already have enough.
I've already got so many stinking.
So here you go. First of all, tell us how many movie quotes did we throw into this one? And two, if you know how to use flayed ones, or if we're totally off base and you've got something like the bikes.
You know how many people are probably going to say crap.
If something works, let us know.
Yeah, let us know. We'll figure it out.
So you guys don't even know what you're doing.
Well, we figure you'll do it. We'll put it up before the Necron on Hot Necron Action. That way they both can go, oh, use this, use that, and then you can use it. Maybe they'll maybe you need actually 3 more bikes, and then they're super awesome.
Maybe just need 4. Maybe just 4, that's it. You gotta buy one whole box just for that.
He needs 3 more boxes of flayed ones, and then they're awesome sauce.
And with that wisdom, we'll let you guys go. But thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment below, and we will see you again soon on 40K Amateur Hour.
Bye.